I am on a mission to discover the finest gentlemen of our generation. While it's easy to find examples of men with strength, dignity, and grace in the past, it's also important for us to have contemporary role models. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 men who are continuing to achieve great things and lead the way for us young men. I'll tell you what they do, why I think they are a gentleman, what they've achieved, and what lessons we could learn from them and apply to our own lives. 4 out of 5 of these suggestions were actually sent in by my subscribers, and the last one is one of my personal role models. So let's begin. David Beckham is the biggest gentleman in football, and it's not just for his performances on the pitch. His off-field conduct, style, and the way he carries himself embody qualities that set a high standard for modern gentlemanliness. One lesson we can learn from Beckham is the power of resilience. Throughout his career, he's faced both triumphs and challenges, but his ability to bounce back and maintain composure shows great strength. Beckham's incredible style is another important aspect of his gentlemanly charm. He's the only man who's been able to transcend both the worlds of international soccer and international fashion. Beckham teaches us that paying attention to our personal presentation shows a level of self-respect and can leave a lasting impression. Even more importantly, he's used his platform to have a positive impact with philanthropic and humanitarian efforts. He and his wife Victoria have their own foundation, the Victoria and David Beckham Charitable Trust, which provides wheelchairs to children in need. And his focus on helping children has led him to be appointed a UNICEF ambassador. From this, we can learn that true gentlemanliness involves a sense of responsibility and a willingness to contribute to the well-being of others. And despite reaching dizzying heights of fame, Beckham has stayed incredibly grounded. For example, when the Queen passed away in 2022, he queued up for 12 hours with the general public to see her coffin. He refused any kind of special treatment because of his celebrity status. Instead, he stood side by side with the British people in this time of national mourning. So Beckham's gentlemanly reputation isn't just about the goals he's scored or his fashion statements. It's about the values he embodies. He teaches us to be resilient in the face of challenges, pay attention to our personal presentation, and commit to making a positive impact on the world. Beckham's life serves as a playbook for any man who is navigating this complex world of career, side hustles, and family responsibilities. As he said, "The only time you run out of chances is when you stop taking them." Next up, we have the man who brought James Bond into the modern day, Daniel Craig. What we love about Daniel Craig is not just his suave on-screen persona, but his genuine off-screen character. One lesson I think we can take from Craig is the importance of authenticity. He was the first actor to introduce a human element to the role of James Bond, which I think was very important for young guys like me to see. As an actor overall, Craig's work ethic and dedication to his craft are also noteworthy. You know, as a young man, he slept on park benches in London while trying to land his first few roles. He did many of his own stunts in the James Bond movies, including one scene that caused him to get his 2 front teeth knocked out during Casino Royale. And beyond James Bond, Craig has delved into many other complex roles in movies like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and a recent Broadway production of Macbeth. So as an actor, he's always pushed the boundaries and continued to improve. Despite literally being James Bond, Craig has managed to maintain a low public profile and keep his private life private. He's proof that a gentleman does not lose his sense of self amid fame. In this age of constant scrutiny, he manages to maintain privacy. That shows us that a true gentleman guards his personal space and maintains his dignity, no matter what the demands are of the outside world. So Craig's gentlemanly reputation goes far beyond his work as James Bond. The biggest lessons we can learn from him are embracing authenticity, working diligently, while maintaining a sense of self-respect and privacy. And his portrayal of James Bond created a role model, albeit fictional, of timeless style and admirable character traits for an entire generation of young men. I'm a Bond fan. If I go and see a Bond movie, there are certain things I think should be in it. And they're there. We've got them in spades. Nobody knows more than I do how important this is, and it's my job to get it right. Now, of course, I couldn't have done this video without talking about Keanu Reeves. This enigmatic actor is a gentleman not just for his iconic roles, but also for his humble and down-to-earth demeanor. His off-screen kindness and genuine character set a shining example for young men today. A huge lesson to learn from Keanu is the power of humility. Despite his monumental success, he remains remarkably unassuming and treats everyone with respect. He is proof that true gentlemanliness is rooted in humility and recognizing the worth of every person. Keanu's resilience in the face of personal tragedies is also remarkable. In 1999, just after the release of The Matrix, his child was born stillborn 8 months into his girlfriend Jennifer Syme's pregnancy. The couple were on and off until Jennifer was killed in a car crash 2 years later. Although these tragedies came at the height of Keanu's career, he navigated them with incredible grace and dignity. He shows us that life will inevitably throw us curveballs, but how we handle them is what defines our character. As an actor, Keanu's dedication to his craft and continuous self-improvement also stand out. For his role as Neo in The Matrix, he underwent several months of intense martial arts training. For John Wick, he did tactical gun training with the Los Angeles SWAT team and the Navy SEALs. So he proves to us that becoming a true master of your craft goes far beyond the regular call of duty. But a big reason Keanu has such a great reputation in Hollywood isn't so much about the roles he's played, but just who he is as a person. Despite his fame, he fully embraces humility and navigates challenges with resilience and empathy. At the same time, he strives for excellence in all of his pursuits. So Keanu's life serves as a reminder that being a gentleman is not about being in the spotlight. It's about authenticity, kindness, and a commitment to continuous growth. If you have been brutally broken but still have the courage to be gentle to other living beings, then you're a badass with a heart of an angel. So unlike the previous video I made about the gentlemen of yesteryear, this video contains 2 sportsmen. As well as David Beckham, I'd like to talk about Roger Federer, who is the epitome of a gentleman both on and off the court. His dedication, grace, and humility make him a great role model for a young man today. Perhaps the most obvious lesson we can learn from Federer is the importance of sportsmanship. Whether winning or facing defeat, he always handled himself with grace and respect for his opponents. He proved that true victory lies not just in winning, but how you face setbacks and defeat. His commitment to hard work and discipline are also evident in his enduring success in a professional career that lasted 24 years. Whatever you want to achieve, natural talent is just a starting point. Federer knew that dedication and continuous improvement would be vital for his success. Outside of tennis, Federer's philanthropic efforts highlight the importance of using one's status to contribute to society. His charitable work, mostly in education and healthcare, proves that being a gentleman is not about your success, it's about making a positive impact on the lives of others. So Federer's gentlemanly reputation is just as much about his behavior off the court. He brings values of sportsmanship to every aspect of his life. And I think this is a great mindset to have, even if you don't play a sport. It's more about personal growth and recognizing the responsibility to contribute to the well-being of others. So his life is a beautiful example of how to navigate success with grace and humility and use it as a force for good. I fear no one, but respect everyone. The final modern gentleman I want to talk about is a man whom you might know as Tommy Shelby or Oppenheimer. I'm talking about Irish actor Cillian Murphy. Not only does he embody a gentleman with his talent, but also his humility and rare sense of privacy. I think his off-screen persona and the way he navigates fame offer valuable lessons for a young man today. Despite his acclaimed performances, he remains down to earth and avoids the glitzy trappings of Hollywood. In fact, he even moved back to Ireland from London because he didn't want his kids growing up with posh English accents. So even though he's up for Best Actor at this year's Oscars, Cillian has certainly not forgotten his roots. On screen, Cillian has shown a commitment to his craft with the diversity of roles that he's played. After his breakout in 28 Days Later, he toiled with a variety of roles before achieving a second breakout with Tommy Shelby in Peaky Blinders. And take a look, for example, at Robert Oppenheimer and Tommy Shelby. They're pretty much opposite characters. In fact, I was wondering how he was even going to play Oppenheimer before I saw the movie, and what an incredible performance it was. So Cillian knows the importance of embracing challenges and continuously expanding. But what's even more rare these days is how guarded he is about his personal life. In an era of oversharing, he has zero social media presence. He simply values the personal life of his family much more. In fact, Cillian doesn't seem to care for media attention at all. But that doesn't mean he can't graciously accept legitimate praise when the time comes. So in my book, Cillian is a gentleman not just for his on-screen talent, but for his authenticity and choices off-screen. He teaches us young men to recognize the importance of privacy in a world that often demands constant visibility. And if you're dedicated to a vocation like Cillian is with acting, his life serves as a script on how to navigate success with poise and humility. As he said, "My only two constants are to challenge myself and to try not to repeat myself." So in looking at these 5 gentlemen, I've identified 3 common traits. A huge one is maintaining humility and self-respect, even in the face of major success, whether that's in sport, acting, or whatever your chosen profession is. Another common value is their work ethic. All of these men are masters of their craft, who've worked diligently over decades to get where they are today. And thirdly, all these men greatly value their privacy. And for anyone, privacy is more under threat today than ever before. But these gents provide a good example of how you can keep your personal life private even if your career is under the spotlight. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to check out my video about 5 gentlemanly role models for classically masculine men. I take a look at the lives of some incredible men, most of whom are sadly no longer with us, to see what we can learn. I want these videos to be useful to you and highlight admirable traits that you could apply to your own life. I'm finding making these videos very rewarding and I hope you're enjoying them too. Let me know if there's a gentleman you believe deserved to be part of this video and maybe I'll consider them for a part 2. In the meantime, thank you as always for watching and I look forward to speaking with you all in the comments.